Here we discuss the three intensive strategies. The first strategy is that of market penetration. Market penetration is a strategy that's undertaken by most major players in the wireless industry. And market penetration simply is a strategy whereby you're trying to increase your market share in markets that you're already serving, and usually do so through expenditures in advertising and promotion. And market penetration makes the most sense under a number of circumstances. First of which, in which you find yourself in a market that's not currently saturated, and the wireless industry globally is in a growth mode. Also, it's appropriate when you find that the usage rate for every customer could be increased, and wireless carriers are trying to get consumers to use more and more content through their smartphones. Also, when you find yourself in an industry where the relationship between sales and marketing is very high, or in other words, your competitors are spending a large amount of money for sales and promotions as a percent of sales, you'll find yourself trying to compete the same way. Another example of market penetration is that of Coca-Cola. And Coca-Cola spends more money than any other company in the world on advertising every year, and they did so in 2012. According to these estimates, worldwide spending for advertising through Coca-Cola was almost $3 billion, especially looking at new markets or emerging markets. And you've seen many of Coke's efforts in this area. The second strategy is that of market development. And market development, simply stated, is a strategy in which you're taking products that you already make, but you're trying to introduce them into different geographic markets. And this makes sense in a number of different scenarios. The first of which, you have to find a market in which you have distribution channels so you can get your product out to the customer. It's also an appropriate strategy when you are already very successful in the market that you currently serve, and you feel like you've saturated your home market and are now looking elsewhere to continue to grow your business. And that often involves the identification of untapped markets that you think might exist. An example of market developing strategy is that of Starbucks. Starbucks has a very, very aggressive effort to expand itself by offering thousands of stores across China, and so far they've been very successful in doing so. The third intensive strategy is that of product development, which is what Apple's iPhone division does. Product development is a strategy whereby you're simply trying to improve or modify a product that you're already selling, and this takes a large commitment in research and development. This type of strategy makes the most sense when you are an organization that deems that your product is in a mature phase of the product life cycle. And over time, Apple iPhones have increased and waned in popularity. It's also important for an organization that competes in an industry that's characterized by rapid changes in technology, like the cell phone industry. It is also appropriate when your major competitors like Samsung, Nokia, and the like are producing at least what they say are higher quality products or faster products or bigger screen products at comparable prices for that which you sell. And it also makes sense when you are an organization like Apple that is especially strong in research and development. One final example of product development, we look no further than to stay with Apple. And as we've seen in the tablet business, an evolution over time of the iPad, and we'll continue to see this evolution in the future, I'm sure.